your amazing work for Tede Lip. I applaud your for the ones that from grade 12 who helped out, especially with the so cool. I watched it like numerous times. Love it. Love the singing, love the music, the arrangements, the movements, the expression. Oh my gosh. Like so
Thank you,
good.
Miss.
Yeah. Amazing. And you can just sense the excitement you guys have. You really were into it, you know, you really did it. You could say with heart lah. You can sense that. And that's what makes it so cool. I love it. Really, I do. Okay, for today we do focus on speaking. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, please ask me. Yeah, also for your project, never hesitate to ask any questions because these are the last things you're doing actually for ever, for English, forever and ever and ever. Amen. That sounds deep. Yeah. Okay. So this week we're focusing on listening and speaking. So it also means that our focus is on our speaking project, right? So that always goes like kind of hand in hand. That way we're not confused. So if we always take a peek at our schedule, right? We're at a schedule today. We're doing focus on speaking. You do not have any post tests for speaking and listening. That means that next week when we're going to do reading and writing, we will focus on writing. You will have a post test, yeah? Now, and for your post study, after today's Zoom meeting, it's important that you do the activities in Unit 3, Focus on Speaking, in your ebook, yeah, for listening and speaking. Don't forget to do that. There are uh, four or five activities for that one. So it's like grammar 1, grammar 2, vocab 1, vocab 2, and if I'm not mistaken, also speaking practice. It's important to have done everything. So by now, you should have already done video comprehension, listening 1, reading 1, listening 2, reading 2, and focus on speaking. Yay, I remembered. Yeah. And you're sitting like, huh. Really, Miss Sylvie? Yeah, really. I cannot believe that you guys are finishing high school online like this. Right? Like, am I not gonna see you? Like, you know, real class experience is sad. Let's not go into that. Otherwise, we will all end up crying. We don't want to cry. Okay, we're gonna go to our textbook, listening and speaking, page 76. Let us go there. Okay. Okay, guys, a little bit about your exam. Gotta have an exam next month. Are you nervous? Like, that's like in a bit, you know? Okay, so your exam will be ESL, so it will be the material that you've been studying with me. It's going to be a global test, which kind of takes the global issues or things that you've learned throughout high school from year 10 until 12. Your guidelines will be very precise and specific, so you just follow your guidelines, you'll be able to ace your exam, yeah? And I will make sure that I am ready with that soon enough, so we still have time to go over that together. Yeah, but basically, having done even today this year's North Star, you should be more than ready to do your exam. Okay, but we'll get into that. Now, I just want you to know that it is not an exam based on Tunas material, but based on ESL. Okay, just want you to know that. Vocabulary review. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of words that we studied throughout the unit now. This was all used within letters as compiled, like how do we use the words in the correct way in a paragraph form, more specific a letter. Birth order doesn't matter. Now, I would love to have someone who can annotate for me. Who is my angel today? Who would like to volunteer to annotate for me?
I can.
Who is that? Who is that? Kirana.
Yes.
Hey, yay, thank you. Extra bonus points for Kirana. No, that ain't right. Okay, you're gonna annotate, yeah? So, and then we're just gonna take turns. Yes, people. So we're gonna start with Mr. No, can you just start reading and then do like until the end of the sentence with the answer?
Hello.
Yeah.
So
Hello.
until one sentence, right?
Yeah. Start with dear, dear.
Dear Star Daily, like most later born children, as the youngest of five, I am mindful of my need for solitude.
Yeah, thank you. Mindful of. Very good. We continue. Timothy.
Yes.
Yes. Dude, really? What is
Mm,
that with you and pizzas and 40% off? As
um,
if we're not hungry already. You know,
I
like
simply was
that's
not
mean. Yeah, we continue with unlike.
unlike my brother, who was destined to be president of something. I simply was not. mm,
Ooh, what is that?
uh,
Something instead of prepared for. Look at the box on page 76.
Wait.
I am waiting. All those pizzas. I know. It does something with you, doesn't it? With me, it does. Get hungry.
Wait.
Timmy, where you at, man? Come on, it's 76.
We're talking about page.
76 to me! Dude, what's
76.
up? 76, 77. Okay, we love you, Timmy. We're patient. It's the textbook for listening and speaking.
Huh?
Maybe I will ask someone else first while you are looking for the page. Yeah, textbook, listening and speaking, focus on speaking,
Okay.
page 77. Did you get it?
Okay.
So, what's the answer? Where's your face? Okay.
Wait, I'm searching for the book.
What did you say? I didn't hear you. Yeah, groomed for. Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you, Kirana. Emmy, keep going, man. You can do it. Thank you.
Okay.
Angel, can you continue? Rarely. Rarely.
Cranky,
Can you read the sentence, please?
rarely, cranky, I have a positive outlook on life and find ways to.
Two. Next one. What is that? Find ways to.
Make lemonade out of lemons.
Very good. Thank you. Cranky and make a lemonade out of lemons. That is just a very positive outlook on life. Marlicia, continue.
Always upbeat. I just never wallow in my own misery.
Yeah. Never wallow in my own misery. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, sorry, shouldn't do that. Okay, we're gonna go to the next letter, which is next to it. So already. Okay, that's cool. Then I can go down. Kirana is a master of this. Okay, I'm gonna ask Matthew. Effect.
Fact of birth order on personality. Seriously, I don't buy it. Thinking about this is a colossal waste of time.
Yeah, very good. Colossal waste of time. Thanks, man. We go to Michelle.
I dismissed these ideas since they came to light about 5 years ago.
Yeah, it came to light 5 years ago. Very good. Sam Ryan.
I won't get so mm, mindful of with these ideas and explain every kind of behavior with birth order.
It's actually carried away. Carried away, yeah. So overly excited, you get carried away with your, basically with your emotions. See. Thank you. Alan, can you continue? Honestly?
Honestly, I think personality traits are determined by genetics. You can't change the order of your birth. People should just accept their personality, put one stamp on something, and make the most of the character they were born with it.
Okay. Thank you. It would be personality orientation. Orientation. Appreciate your answer, Aline. Yeah. So a tendency is an orientation. Tendency can also be something you used to do. Awesome. Good. Okay, we go to the next one. I'm gonna ask Kesia. Go up.
Yeah, Miss.
Yeah.
Dear Star Daily, being the firstborn in the family does have its positive attributes.
Very good. Attributes. Good. Jordi.
Decisive, dominant, and competitive. I get an idea, I just run with it.
Yeah. Run with it. Hosea Ryan.
Like many firstborn children, I am a successful politician and often praised for my ability to diagnose and treat complex urban problems.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Gabby, can you continue?
I I am most well known for put one stamp on something.
Yeah.
Environmental policy in my wet but green state of Oregon.
Yeah, very good. Putting my stamp on. Not with something actually. This is actually, if you want to make this work grammatically, I am most well known for putting my stamp on environmental policy. Yeah. So remember that whatever you place into a gap like that, it should always work grammatically as well. Yeah, very good. Thank you. Okay, we go to the last one. Teguh.
I am independent only child. That's it.
And you continue, sir.
So I spend a great deal of time alone.
Continue.
To fill the void, I had to learn many new skills.
Yeah, very good. Fill the void. Yes, Mr. Jojo.
I had,
For example,
I learned how to lose my awkwardness and self-consciousness. When I was younger, I crave all attention from my parents. Now I am lucky to have developed many attributes common to both introverts and extroverts. I am a true ambivert.
yeah, Very good. Thank you. So desired intensely would be craved. That's why sometimes they call it cravings when you really long to eat something. Like Timothy's pizza, I crave for the pizza, right? And that's all because of Timothy, because of him, now we're all hungry, right? Okay, expansion of our vocabulary. English has a wealth of vocabulary to talk about personality and temperament. Now, you had to put them in the box. Let's see what we've got in the box of behavior, introvert, extrovert, attitude. We've got the pessimist and the optimist. Okay, you're in. What did you put in introvert?
Antisocial.
Yeah, continue.
Standoffish. Self-conscious. Reserve. Wallflower. Methodical. And petrified.
Okay. The introvert, yeah, those are all the things that follow there. Very good. Antisocial, inhibited, methodical, petrified is really scared, reserved, reticent, self-conscious, shrinking, violet, yes, standoffish, timid, and wallflower. Good. Extrovert, what did you get? Aline.
Bold, charismatic, dominant, assertive, engaged, gregarious, life of the party, outgoing, sociable, social butterfly, talk a blue streak.
Yeah, very good. And one more, proactive.
Oh yeah, proactive.
Very good. Kirana, if you can't keep up, that's fine. I understand that because that's a whole lot of words. Kirana is amazing. So fast. Wow. Okay, we go to attitude, the pessimist. Grady, can you tell me what you put in the column for the pessimist?
Sorry, pessimist.
Yeah.
Saya belum ngerjain, Miss. Self-conscious. Mana ya?
Do you see any word that you think falls under the pessimist?
Negative.
Huh?
Negative.
Yeah. Any other?
What's grouchy?
Which one?
Grouchy. What does it mean, Miss?
Oh, grouchy. Yeah, that falls into it. You know, when you're like, okay, ngomel.
Oh yeah.
Like bad mood, you're, you know, grouchy. Yeah, that one falls into it. Do you see another one?
Killjoy.
Yeah, killjoy. Another one? There are two more.
Self-conscious.
Not self-conscious though.
No, sorry.
This one, whiny. Whiny is also like, I don't feel good. And you know, you're whiny.
Whiny?
Yeah. I don't know what that is in Bahasa Indonesia. Like when you're like, I'm tired, I don't feel good. What is that? I have no idea. And the other one, Grady, is gloomy, when you're very down. Gloomy. Okay, good. Thank you. Then for the optimist, we've got last Pollyanna, positive and upbeat. Pollyanna, positive and upbeat. Yeah, very good. Now, why is this important? This is important because in, for example, writing and speaking, when you do your preparation for either your essay or your presentation, it's very important for you to be able to categorize your topics. A lot of you tend to write a topic sentence where you actually have to give a subtopic, but it's more like a main point, you know? And your main point is not really a main point, but more a detail. So then it doesn't work, right? So you got to be able to categorize the ideas that you're going to present. And knowing that your thesis statement always has the biggest category, and then your topic sentences or subtopics is a bit smaller, but still a category of what will be discussed in that paragraph, right? And then you've got your main points and details. So it's very important that you are able to categorize everything, also for speaking, for public speaking. The same thing when you prep your outline, right? So categorizing it like a funnel, like from broader to more specific is important. Okay, that brings us to the next part. Basically, after expansion, so you reviewed, you expanded, you did something else with it, so like evaluating it, we come to the point of creating something new with the vocabulary. And in this case, you're going, let's just try it out for a bit, reading the questions on the next page and discuss the answers and define the opinion. So basically, after having analyzed and evaluated the vocabulary, we come to the point of creating, where we are creating like a conversation or a discussion by using the words from the box just now on page 78, yeah? Who would you rather have for your doctor? It's definitely broken. I wonder how much I need to tell him. Or this kind of doctor. It's probably broken, but hey, you get to stay in bed for a whole week. No school, no chores at home. Cool, right? That's a funny doctor, right? So which doctor would you prefer? I'd like to know from you. So Kanaya, can you answer that? Like, how would you respond to this? A highly experienced, but also reticent and a bit reserved, or a recent medical school graduate who is also outgoing, always makes lemonade out of lemons. Kanaya, how would you respond?
I will choose B, a recent medical school graduate who is also outgoing, always makes lemonade out of lemons, because supaya kita nggak perlu kayak apa ya, takut gitu loh, Miss.
So you're calmer?
Yeah, calmer.
Okay, so you prefer the softer approach, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Interesting. There's some people who prefer that. Other people who just want to have the truth, you know? Well, that can be scary. Ha. What would you rather have for your teacher? Oh boy. I'm gonna ask Angel. Angel, who would you rather have for your teacher? Someone who's gregarious, can talk a blue streak, like talk a lot, but is also gloomy at times, can be gloomy, yeah? Or someone who's confident, but is also a bit self-conscious or antisocial at times. So if it's A, it's a more fun and talkative person, but can also be gloomy, or someone who's confident, self-conscious, and a bit antisocial at times. Angel? Angel? No, Angel? Okay, Gaby, can you answer that? Gaby?
Hello?
Hi, can you answer number 2? Who would you rather have?
Mana ya? Saya nggak tahu pilih yang mana.
You don't know?
Nggak dua-duanya.
Neither one. Okay. That's a smart answer. Yorin, what about you? Yorin?
Yes, Miss.
Which one, A or B?
I think A. Because it's more comfortable to talk with someone as a sociable person.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Who would you rather have as your spouse? Spouse is pasangan hidup. Oh my goodness. Question. Okay, we're gonna ask Abel. Abel, would you prefer to have a sensitive, kind, but also methodical and introverted person, or the life of the party, gregarious, but is a bit standoffish and sometimes grouchy?
A.
Please explain. Make a complete sentence.
Sensitive, kind, but also methodical and introverted.
What?
Yes. Because I don't like grouchy people.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, now that continues a little bit. The whole point of it is to basically actually have a discussion. You guys are just answering a question. That's not really a discussion. It should actually be a discussion where you can respond to each other, yeah. Okay, let's continue with the review of the grammar. I need to make sure that you guys really understand that. So this is the adjective clauses. Now, if you have, basically you had this already in grade 10 and 11. And the summary of this is also in your ebook. You have the summary of the syntax. If you look at unit 1 and then extra information or general information, you see that there is a lot of summaries of grammar and syntax. Now, it's complete in explanation on the different types of sentences, yeah? Simple, compound, complex, and then the dependent clauses is explained there, and which different types of dependent clauses and the connectors, and also in unit 3. So you can just reread the whole compilation of syntax. Today, we're only focusing on adjective clauses. So we're looking at the dependent clause, which is called adjective clause. Adjective, dependent clause, which can be identifying, which can also be called restrictive, or non-identifying, also called non-restrictive. And adjective clauses use the connector of the relative pronoun, right? That relates to the subject. Okay, now, basically, I want to ask you, what is the purpose of the underlined clauses? Here we see the adjective clauses underlined. And what is the purpose of that? I'm going to ask Ryan, Hosea Ryan, can you tell me what the purpose is of the underlined sentences? Hosea Ryan.
Yes, Miss?
Yes, what is the purpose of the underlined clauses? Like here, which he started in 2005, or that was on the verge of feeling its own power. What is the purpose of adding this adjective dependent clause?
I don't know, Miss.
You don't know?
Yeah.
Can Christian, Kensuke, Hosea Ryan, can I please turn on your cameras? Yeah. Eino, do you happen to know what the purpose is of those clauses? Abel, turn on your camera, please.
Yes, Miss. Sorry, I just came back.
Guys, turn on your cameras, yeah? What is the purpose of these adjective dependent clauses?
The purpose is to state time. The first one stated time, and they explain who is involved in it, and then the second one is the purpose is to tell the condition.
Oh, very good. Yeah. So we have different, so basically the adjective clauses, they give extra information, either to tell the time, tell the purpose, tell who, tell what. Yeah, that's very good. And then, so, but sometimes that extra information is needed, because without it, Probably the sentence doesn't make sense. The idea is not complete. You wouldn't understand. Then we would call it restricted. That information is so important. If you don't put it in, the whole sentence doesn't make sense. That's why we do not use commas. But if, for example, we use that extra information as Eno explained, which is not really needed, without it, the sentence would still make sense, then we call it non-restrictive or non-identifying. And then we would have to use commas. Okay, so we use it to add details. Now, so we have different ones, yeah? We have the one that starts with who, that, whose, which shows possession, and most of, and then which. So we mostly use who, whose, whom, and that for people. We use that and which for things. Okay, that brings us to the next page. Thank you, Kirana, appreciate it. So we've got the adjective clauses. Identifying is same as restrictive, non-identifying is non-restrictive. Identifying means that dependent clause is necessary to make sense of the sentence and therefore no commas. If it's non-identifying means it's not really needed, therefore we use commas, okay? So an identifying adjective clause has a subject and a verb. Even a dependent clause has a subject and a verb, but not a complete thought. Yeah, it modifies a specific noun or pronoun. Who is that? A person. Yeah, so it refers to something. It can be introduced by the usage of who, whom, which, that, whose, where, when. So where and when can also be used in an identifying, yeah, so restrictive. No commas, and it's needed because without it, the sentence doesn't make sense. That means that the idea is not complete or the subject isn't clear. If you're looking at non-identifying, non-restrictive, also has a subject and a verb. We can use who, whom, which, whose, can use where and when, but you cannot use that. So for a non-identifying or non-restrictive adjective clause, we never use that. Because with that, you cannot use a comma. You can never use a comma with that. So it doesn't work. Must describe a specific person or thing, refer to something. Is always set off with commas and is not necessary. It's just additional. Then we've got quantifying expressions. So non-identifying adjective clauses often contain expressions of quantity. Yeah, of how much, like many of, most of, some of, none of, two of, several of, half of, all of, each of, both of, a number of. So those quantify, show a number of something. So then you would use the quantifier, and then you would use the related pronoun or preposition, related pronoun, and then either who, whom, yeah? So for example, here you see all of the preposition, whom, yeah? Or here, most of preposition, which. It's the related pronoun. So you see the quantifier, preposition, related pronoun. Quantifier, preposition, related pronoun. Yeah, so that can be used as well. Okay, that was also already explained in the video. That brings us straight away here to the sentence. Yay! Kirana, you can do the annotating. Underline, circle, draw an arrow. You can draw right now. So we're gonna underline the adjective clauses, circle the relative pronoun. Let me go down. Yeah, circle the relative pronouns. Draw an arrow from each clause to the noun that modifies, and then label the clause I for identifying and for non-identifying. And I'm going to start this with Alice. Hi, good morning, Alice. So good to see you. Alice, the first one, the example that is done is the second one. This is the second one. There is one here. Okay, which is the adjective clause. That's the one that starts with the relative pronoun. That's either who, whom, whose, or that, or which. Alice?
Is it who?
Which is the clause? Which is the clause? Start with which? Start with which? Can you read it? Which?
Which he called reversing the extroverted leadership advantage.
Yes. Until advantage. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's so cool, Kirana. You make like a phew, phew arrow. Ah. Yeah. So, which he called reversing the extroverted leadership advantage. That's the adjective clause. And then the related pronoun is which. And which refers to? Alice?
A study?
Yeah. Which refers to study. Very good. Let's see what Kirana comes up with now. That refers to a study. Very good. Ah, that's also cool. How do you do? Oh, you do good. That's so cool. I did do that good. Okay, and yeah, so is it identifying or non-identifying, Alice? That's the last question. Does it have commas, Alice? Let me ask you that.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is?
Identify.
The other one.
Non-identifying.
Non-identifying, because non-identifying uses commas. Awesome, very good. Thank you. Now we go to Marlicia. Yes, third one for you. Which is it?
Who?
Can you read it? That's correct.
Wait. Most people leaders are men and women who speak out boldly, assert themselves, and generally dominate a group.
Yeah, so it starts from who speak out boldly, assert themselves, and generally dominate a group. Up till there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, yep. What is the related pronoun? Marlicia?
Men and women.
No.
Yeah.
Related pronoun is either that, which, whose, whom, who.
Oh, okay. Who?
Yeah. Who refers to?
Men and women.
Men and women. Very good. This is the plural form is women. Yeah. Yeah. And then what is it? Identifying or non-identifying?
It's identifying.
Does it use commas?
Identifying, miss.
Yes, it's identifying. Very good. It doesn't use it here. Otherwise, there would have been a comma right here. Okay. Very good. We continue with 4. Matthew.
The study which was published in the Academy of Management Journal.
Yeah, so it doesn't start from the study. Eh? Where does it start, Matthew? Which, yes. It always starts from the related pronoun. So, which was published in the Academy of Management Journal. What is the related pronoun? Matthew.
Yes.
The related pronoun?
Which?
Refers to?
Oh, the study.
Non-identifying or identifying?
Non-identifying.
Very good. Okay, we continue with Michael. Michael, you do 5.
Start from the data, miss.
You tell me. Can you read it?
The data that the researchers retrieved led to the conclusion that pairing an introverted leader with a proactive team can limit an organization's effectiveness.
Okay, that's the whole sentence. So which one is the adjective clause? Do you know what the adjective clause is, Michael? As I said just now, it starts with a related pronoun. Either which, who, whom, whose, or that.
Relative pronoun is that.
Yeah, what I'm asking what the adjective clause is.
The adjective clause is the researchers received led to the conclusion that being an introverted leader.
That's too far. That the researchers received. That's it. That the researchers received. Thank you, Michael. And yes, correct. That is the related pronoun. Michael, what does that refer to?
The data.
Very good. Is it identifying or in non-identifying?
Identifying.
Identifying. It doesn't use any commas. It's necessary because if you just say the data, you wouldn't know which data it is. Like, what data are you talking about? Remember, when it is identifying means without it, the sentence doesn't make sense, the idea is not complete, or the subject is unclear, okay? If it's not identifying, the subject is clear, the idea without it still makes sense. Very good, thank you. We go to number 6 for Angel.
Who has since replicated his study with other business?
Number 7, sorry, that's not even 6, 7. Yeah, who has since replicated his study with other businesses. Very good. What is the related pronoun?
Who?
Who, which refers to? Very good. Identifying or non-identifying?
Non-identifying.
Non-identifying. Awesome. Yay. Jordi, last one.
Most of whom listen more and talk less.
Good. What's the related pronoun?
Most of whom?
Most of whom. Very good. Refers to?
The introverted leaders.
Identifying or non-identifying?
It's identify.
It has commas, so?
Oh, non-identifying.
Non-identifying. Very good. Awesome. Are there any questions about this? Because this is probably about to come into your exam next month as well. It's very important that you know, either you're going to get an adverb dependent clause or you get adjective dependent clause. You need to know your syntax, right? So remember that with the adverb dependent clauses, you would have subordinating conjunctions. The whole summary of that material is in your ebook. You just need to reread it, okay? Awesome beans. Very good. Kirana, I applaud you for your annotating. Very good. Now here you could work and try to put this into a conversation. We only have 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna pace a bit through this. For pronunciation, grouping words together, native speakers mostly have a tendency to automatically group words together, and that makes a meaning. I'm the firstborn from a large family, or I'm the firstborn from a large family. You know, the way they speak would be grouping it together naturally. Sometimes when you are either a foreign language speaker or a second language speaker, you tend to make different word groups, and that doesn't always then make sense. Making the correct word groups helps also in better understanding the meaning. So I'm just gonna show this to you how these word groups go. In number 1, we would say we discovered, that's 1, right? That about 40% of all Americans label themselves as currently shy. So you would have, we discovered, line, about 40% of all Americans, and here slash, label themselves as currently shy. Kirana, are you able to do that? With a line, with a line. Is that possible? Yeah, or just a steep line or that. And then we have the other line after Americans. You can also put a steep line like just like that. Then number 2 would be over the past 10 years, that figure has increased to about 48%. So you can hear it very clearly after years. Number 3, do you find these days that it's more difficult meeting people these days, after days? For number 4, 2 out of every 5 people you meet think of themselves as shy after meet. Number 5, there are just many things in a culture, our culture, which lead lots of people to be introverted. So there are many things in the culture, and then our culture, and then so 1, 2, 3, 3 groups, right? Number 6, children don't have the opportunity to see their parents and relatives relating in a natural, easy, friendly way. Wow, children don't don't have the opportunity to see their parents and relatives relating in a natural / easy, friendly way. So here are a lot of groups going on. Children don't have the opportunity to see their parents and relatives relating in a natural, easy, friendly way. Number 7, when you're at a party or just in a conversation with someone anywhere and you recognize that person is shy, what do you do to draw that person out or try to make him or her more comfortable? So here you have party / and then some anywhere / and you recognize it as shy / and then out / until the end. So there are quite some groups in this sentence. And then for 8, admitting your shyness is really an important first step. Because if you don't, people make misattributions. Admitting your shyness, here it comes, 1 step. Because if you don't, 1 here, people make misattributions. So here you can see how words are grouped together when someone speaks. And with it, also you get this rhythm in speaking. Also, it creates emphasis. Admitting your shyness, really an important first step. Because if you don't, people make misattributions. So you can see that with it also you get the emphasis on the meaning of certain words. So that is the word groups put together. Yeah, thank you, Kirana. That was not easy. Well done. Okay. Now here you had to listen to the sentences and circle the letter of the one you were hearing. Now real quick, Eno, number 1, which one did you hear?
Hello?
Hi, which one did you hear? Number 1.
Philip said the doctor doesn't suffer from shyness.
Yeah, very good. Number 2, Sam Ryan.
My sister who lives in California is a Pollyanna.
Yup. This kind of shows who really listens or watched the video. Grady, number 3. No? Okay, you're funny. 3B, Suzanne's manager told me she's gotten over her shyness. 4 is B, the researchers interviewed the students who said they were introverted. 5 is B, everything he said was based on research. 6 is A, the therapy which the clinic provides gets people to be more outgoing. Okay, I'm giving that to you quick because we are at the end of our lesson. The speaking skill, breaking the ice and maintaining conversation is just a way for you to basically start a conversation with someone. Breaking the ice when it's an awkward situation, you'll go, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say or how to start my conversation. So you could, like introduce yourself, comment on something. Hey, the weather is kind of hot today, and it's so cliche, but yeah, but it works, it works to get it started. And then also kind of maintaining a conversation. Sometimes conversations want to die out. Oh, Aline, no, you're so bored. You're yawning. No. sometimes the conversation can die out, you know, like, okay, what is the next thing to say? I don't know what to say. So you could, for example, ask open-ended questions. Those are the 5 W's in H. Volunteer information, tell something. Hey, you know what happened just now on the road? You know, something to get it going. And that was basically what you had to practice. Okay, that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Are there any questions, my beloved students? Remember to do your post-study activities. Yeah, focus on speaking is important because your post-study is also upgrading your grades. So you want to do that, okay? Then, in this case, since we're at the end already, I appreciate you for your effort today and for your cooperation. Loved it. And if there's in any way still something you need to know, please do never ever hesitate to ask me. God bless you all. Bye-bye, awesome people.